When you want to upgrade your car audio, considering the additional power needs is a very paramount aspect of the process. This is because power determines how your sound system functions. The factory alternator might probably not be enough. So, the major question is usually not whether you need to get a strong alternator. Rather, it is how big it should be, how much it is, and how efficient is it? Alternators in the car are used to control the electrical system and power the car battery when it is down. Most factory alternators that come with the car are not designed to control huge audio output. In order to discover the size of the alternator you need for your car, you have to ascertain the additional energy needed by the audio system as well as the current energy in the car. The best method to know the actual energy is to apply amps x volts, which equals watts formula. Take for instance, you have 2000 watt amp with a purported voltage of 13.5 V. It means you can top it with 150 amps in the car electrical system. You should also ascertain the amount of energy used by the car and put that in the sound system. The sum of the energy you get will show the highest energy used by the car and show you the size of an alternator you have to purchase. You have to get an expert to help determine the size of alternator your car audio system will need because most vehicles have a varying sound system. The numbers are not responsible for the contrasting sound output put forward by the various revolutions per minute, otherwise known as RPM. How to determine alternator size for car audio? The best way to determine the kind of alternator your audio system needs is to maintain the volume of the audio system at a point the alternator can control. However, if you like loud audios to come from your car, then it is very important for you to have a strong amp. There are so many ways you can achieve this. The first step is to put in place a stiffening capacitor that helps to save electrical charges from the various conductive plates. Car amps will not transmit higher energy from the charging system than it was made to control. Also, subwoofers have difficulties emitting sound as a result of low frequencies, because subwoofers require high energy to operate. But when you put a stiffening cap in your car, it helps the car amp to operate at a very distinct level by supplying a reinforcement bank for unexpected power. The capacitor can be the answer to the problem when you are encountering flickering lights in your car or when you are having a reduced bass reaction. In the same vein, when you are having an intense audio output and you are playing songs at the mild pitch, this cannot be resolved by the stiffening capacitor. The best way this can be resolved is to put in place a big output alternator. This move is very costly, but it is the most reliable way to ensure that the high sound system in the car receives the amount of energy it requires. This is done to prevent the damaging of the car electronics in the process. Now, you might want to ask, what alternator size is too big? The most important thing about changing the alternator that came with the car to a bigger output alternator is that it will not destroy the electronics in your car. In case you want to put a new audio system and you want something that is way bigger than the one already in use, you have to put 200A and alternate it with 300A to avoid any damage. When you place a big amp alternator in your car which can produce 300A and also compatible with the car engine compartment, the additional amperage will not be used immediately unless it is needed by the car. The only difficulty in acquiring a higher alternator is that it is a misuse of budget, but it can never destroy the car's electrical system. The only precaution that you need to take when you want to change the audio system that needs big amperage is adjusting some settings before putting the high amp alternator. This step is to avert destroying the energy and the lower cables instead of safeguarding the most important electronics that help your move. Finally, the importance of wiring in any alternator is for it to control the output and other amps alternators in order to produce a large amount of electric output. Also check your charging system, as most audio systems need good compatibility to function effectively. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimcaraudio.com for more awesome car stereo content like this.